Adventures of Superman issue 5 finds John Kent getting caught up on what turned this Superman of Earth injustice into a dictator, learning that he was manipulated by the Joker into fighting what he thought was Doomsday, but was really Lois, leading to her and her unborn child to be killed by Clark. John doesn't think that Clark losing his family excuses him for what he has done to this world, knowing that he could see Batman doing this and overreaching to try and protect the world and make it bulletproof, but not Superman. John finds the other heroes are all looking at him and assumes that it's because he sounds a lot like his father, but they tell him he actually sounds a lot like Lois. Bruce knows that Clark fights for truth, but Lois lived it, as Harley approaches John, making her role in Lois's death known. She tries to tell John that she didn't think any of this would happen since it was Superman, and Superman always finds a way, and to her it was just some game the Joker was playing. She tries to say that she is sorry, but John isn't interested in giving her forgiveness, since she helped a monster and she'll have to live with that, but he does want her to try and be and do better and help make a difference, since that's the only chance she'll get to make things right. At the Hall of Justice, Superman is brought to see the captured Jay by Damian, told that John is close to his world's Jay, and they both spoke. Superman is not happy, telling Robin that he overstepped the mark here and he demands that Jay be released. Damian refuses to since Clark is blinded by John's face and presence and he represents a real threat to him. Clark thinks that Damian is actually jealous of the boy and admits as much, since Clark has known John for almost a day and has already treating him better than he treats Damian. Damian warns him that if John joins Batman's Insurgency, they could then pose an actual threat to them. Again, Clark doesn't think that John is a threat at all, frustrating Damian even more since he reveals that he put a tracker on John. Damian reveals that John is in Gotham City right now, and he thinks the hero is meeting with Batman, so they should strike now and take them all out. Superman wants to go after Batman, however he decides to wait until John leaves before they strike. At Batman's base, John decides that he will be siding with Batman, but he doesn't want to fight Superman or hurt anyone. Batman doesn't think he'll have much of a choice, as Batgirl suggests that they use Ultraman's weapon to drain Superman's power. Catwoman reminds her that they then would need to deal with the rest of the Justice League, but Batman has that covered with the super pills that will allow them to go toe-to-toe with the regime. As Harley reminds him that the pills won't stop them from exploding if they are thrown into space, John learns that Hal Jordan joined Sinestro as a Yellow Lantern, finding this to be such a dark timeline. Batman wants to draw Superman out so they can divide the League and take them down, telling the team to rest up since they'll strike tomorrow. Batgirl tells John to return to Superman and the others, so the boy does, and an hour later, the Insurgency base is assaulted by Superman and the League. Batman goes for the pills, but Superman blows them up with his heat vision as Hal imprisons Batgirl and Harley, and Wonder Woman knocks out Selina with one punch. Batman reaches for a weapon off his utility belt, but Flash disarms him of the belt in an instant, allowing Superman to grab the Dark Knight, telling Bruce that John led them right to him. Bruce doesn't believe that, as Damian confirms the story, revealing that he set John up, asking if his father is proud of him. John meanwhile heads to the Fortress of Solitude, allowed to enter as the robots see John as Superman's son. John plugs in the sun crystal and watches the message his mother gave him before he left Earth Zero. Lois wishes that she could be there to look after John, but he has to do this alone, understanding how easy it would be for him to hate Ultraman after taking so much time from him. But she knows that he won't, and his compassion and empathy are his greatest powers, and John just choosing to confront his greatest fear to help others is what makes him a true Superman. A voice says that she misses Lois as John finds the Ma and Pa Kent of this world are in the fortress. Martha knows that he's not Clark, revealing that this isn't the first time she's talked to a Superman from a different timeline. Jonathan thinks that they have learned to take all of the strangeness in their stride, and John thinks that raising an alien from the sky would be good prep for that. John reveals who he is to Clark and that he is named after Jonathan, his grandfather. He asks why they are there, learning that it's for their own protection, but John believes it looks more like they are locked away. Jonathan just thinks that Clark is lost and they can't reach out to him. John tells his grandfather that he wants to help Clark, but he also wants to help the world and he might need to stop Superman to do so. Martha believes that if he can steer Clark away from the path he's on, then he'll be helping him. The robots announce the beginning of a broadcast as Superman appears on the TV screen, revealing that he has captured Batman and his Insurgency group. He proclaims that Barbara Gordon and Selina Kyle will be imprisoned for their roles in trying to overthrow the regime, while Bruce Wayne and Harleen Quinzel will be executed for their crimes. Bruce knows that John will stop him since he's Superman, and that still means something to the boy. As Bruce is carted off, he tells Clark that it took his own son, with all of Superman's morals, less than 2 days to decide to stand against his father. Harley thinks that he could learn something from that, sending Superman into a rage. He grabs the woman, telling her that after all she has done to him, she doesn't get to analyze or advise or even speak in his presence, and after tomorrow, she will never open her damn mouth again.